sei passione, dolore e follia.
Bentornati. Welcome back, everyone. Well, coming up a little later, we'll be speaking with Arisa, joining us live from Christina Rama. But right now, we're going to talk about another important initiative within our own community right here. April 24th marks the start of Team Revolution's 14th year, Cycling Club's 14th season, I should say, and its motto is Cycle with Purpose. So to break that down and what that means, please welcome, I'm very pleased to welcome Robert Colelli and Steve Gobatu. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we get to breaking down what that means, let's talk about 14 years. How do you feel about that? It's exciting.
Huge. This is huge for us. Big milestone. We've come off our largest fundraising year. We've surpassed $5 million in fundraising. So we're very proud of what we've accomplished today.
Yeah. Yourself, how do you feel about 14 seasons?
Wonderful, awesome. Not only have we accomplished a lot in the fundraising component, but the cycling group continues to grow.
That's great.
We were over 150 last year, largest team to date, and this year we're aiming to get 175, maybe 200. Mm-hmm. A lot of new riders already. We've got, I think, 27 new riders this year. So the word is getting out there that we're a group that enjoys what we do on a bike, the camaraderie of being together, and of course the whole concept of giving back to the community.
So that entails, I guess, the idea of cycle with purpose. Tell us about that idea of cycling with purpose. Cycle together, work together, make change together.
It started off with the concept of how can we help Humber River Hospital at the time, and the idea of staying active, staying healthy, and staying out of the system while trying to raise awareness and funds for the system. So all of our rides are passionate. They all include good food and espresso.
I mean, listen, that's important, right?
We're Italian.
We're Italian.
The majority, although
yeah, sure.
there's many different people on the team. But it really comes back to the concept of doing something that you enjoy, that you're passionate about. I say we're blessed to be able to ride a bike, stay active, keep healthy, and be able to help others.
Well, speaking to the beginnings of Team Revolution, so I know you were saying, Steve, that you've been part of it since inception, right? So back in 2011, and I think there was 60 cyclists at the time. 60 cyclists at the time, so now you've grown to that. But take us back to then, if you can, in the beginnings of this kind of group coming together and how that's developed into what it is today.
Yeah, our roots go back to 2011, and Frank Ciclini started all of this, and it's Frank and that group that brought me into Team Revolution. So it was really the concept of trying to give back to the hospital, as Rob mentioned, and putting a cycling event, trying something a little different to try and raise some much needed funds at that time for the construction of Humber Hospital. So it was putting 60 guys together to try and do a trip to Italy and trying to see if that was going to be some sort of platform for success and something to build on, which it has just grown immensely from there. But putting the first 60 together was a big challenge and a big project. And our first trip took us to Bologna in Italy, and it's just grown from there.
And I know yourself, so Robert, you've been involved since 2015.
Yep.
And I know we were kind of chatting before, so Steve, you said you had enjoyed cycling and then you kind of got out of it, but that you kind of knew you were more of a regular cyclist on the road. But yourself, this is kind of new for you. How was that when you start? Because it's also a way of telling others that you can join, you can be part of something, and you'll get what you need to get there. But what was it like for you back in 2015?
A little bit of intimidation at the beginning, but I had a good chat with Frank Ciclini Jr. and he said, "Don't worry, just come out. We'll help you."
Famous words, right?
And he was true to his words. People like Steve and Michael were always there. We don't leave anybody behind. It's really a group ride. It's the camaraderie of getting everyone together. We all start and finish at the same place. Yeah, there are some that'll finish a little earlier, but the concept is really there's so much support. So it doesn't matter what level of cyclist you are. We have rides for everybody. We've got about just over 10 or 12 women right now on the team.
That's great. I was going to ask you about the diversity on your team.
Yeah, which is awesome because they bring another element, which is wonderful. They keep us a little more straight and narrow. But everybody is welcome. There's those that want to go hard all the time, and there's those that just enjoy a nice ride with good friends. And we become very, very good friends at this,
Sure.
right? So there's a lot to be said for just being out in the fresh air, riding a bike.
So I know that your organization or Team Revolution has raised over $5 million thus far. I know specifically when it started, Humber River is the main goal here in helping to raise funds, but you do help, you're very much involved in the community. Perhaps, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, as a group, we're heavily involved with Villa Charities, and we support the Villa Charities Giro that takes place every spring.
Great.
And that's something that our group has been doing for many years. We're also involved with Mackenzie Vaughan Hospital and events that they put on, as well as Sunnybrook Hospital. So we look to give back everywhere possible and spread sort of that ability to help out and to give back wherever we can.
So let's talk about this launch. You're launching your 14th season. Was it April 24th? Yeah, April 24th. What happens at that? And for our viewers at home watching, how do we entice them to join Team Revolution? Give us a sense of what that's like.
Really what the launch is, an opportunity, first of all, to get everyone back together, because we haven't really been together as a whole group since November, when we closed off the previous season. But then we share what's going on. Our trip to Italy is every 2 years, so we'll sprinkle some interesting tidbits about what we're considering for Italy in September 2026.
Okay.
We'll talk about what the season involves. There's 5 rides a week, plus there's some, we'll call them special rides throughout the summer. The Villa Charities obviously is one of them, and the Mackenzie and Sunnybrook one. So we really just get the group together, get them excited about the season. We're going to announce what our fundraising is going to be all about over the next 2 seasons, because we're going to announce a new goal and what the purpose is of the money. And talking about fundraising, the other important thing here is that none of this could be done without both the members of the team, because we all fundraise a lot, especially those that go to Italy. Mm-hmm. We pay our own way and we have to meet a certain minimum fundraising. But our sponsors are very, very important. And it's all for Humber River Hospital. The Ciccolinis and Masters Insurance have been there from the beginning. Ralph Chiodo and Active Green and Ross have been there. Lavazza, once again, I talked about espresso. So Andrea and
well, you need
Lavazza.
to keep going, right? You need that
Absolutely.
fuel.
Our lead sponsor, Canaccord Genuity, has been with us for numerous years now. And I guess the other 2 big ones are Fumanelli Wines. Somehow we get on the alcohol, but anyway, it's the Italian thing. and Moran Construction joined us.
But when you're riding, you're riding.
Absolutely.
When you're riding, you're focused.
Very much so.
One of the things, Steve, you were mentioning when we were just chatting also was, what you'd like to see perhaps get some of the younger, men and women out there interested. What would you like to see?
Yeah, the next phase for us is trying to recruit some younger members, get more women on board, and just trying to grow from that stage as well, because we're all getting older, and as some can start to drop off, we want to make sure we're actively recruiting younger members.
Sure.
And we have a very diverse group. We have kids in their 20s right up to guys in their 60s, and everybody's riding together, and everybody's really become just a very tight-knit group. So it goes back to that family feeling that everybody has when they join the group.
So if anybody wants more information, they can go, I saw it on, that was your Instagram, showing that your 2025 registration is open. But where do our viewers go? How do they get some more info? If they're not sure, who do they talk to? Tell us.
They can go to the website, teamrevolution.ca.
Okay.
And also reach out to the foundation at Humber River Health.
Great.
Jenna and Charlene there would be more than happy to share information. And then from there, they'll connect us with Steve and I.
Okay, great. So we'll watch out for your opening on 24th of your season, and we'll let our viewers know.
And I understand you're going to join us?
Yes, I'm going to be giving out Lavazza coffee. I will do that, but on a bike, I mentioned, I don't know. Someone's going to really have to watch my back. No, but listen, it's in great fun, and there's so many advantages to taking part. As you mentioned, lifestyle changes, staying healthy and aging healthy, and but supporting the hospital and the foundation for a great cause as well. I want to thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you
on
for
a
the
Sunday.
opportunity to be here.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful, appreciate it.
both
Thank
of
you.
Thank you.